Money. Joey. 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You might do it. Kick things back here and welcome to Philly Shakedown Podcast on the eve of a division title yet again. And hopefully this time we will clinch it. Joey Shakes, man, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good, man. I hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas or whatever holiday that you guys do celebrate. I hope everybody enjoyed it. A little bit of a break. No Eagles games on the holidays, which was a really nice thing. I think we could both agree with that. And like you said, for the division changes this week, a lot to talk about. And it's been a mixed bag with Eagle fans this week on what's going on. So,
yeah, it was a great Christmas. I think everybody in the world had a great Christmas, but Mark Holmes, he forgot to take one. He did 90 videos a day, and it was all what it is. KGK, what's going on? House Cat, what's up? EN890, what's up? Paul Wilson, what is up? Nintendo 1889. I thought Nintendo was like 1985.
maybe.
Tyler, what's up? Devin, MJ, thank you guys, everybody, so much for being here. Young boy, Neil, Trey, Forte, Brian, easy is his name, Willis, anybody that I missed, I apologize. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is a big game tomorrow. It's a huge game tomorrow. I think the Eagles, like, it's not a must win, but I think they need this game because I think it's important to get some guys rested by the playoffs. And if you don't win tomorrow, you're not going to be able to rest them.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, I think part of it is, like I understand people were talking about Saquon Barkley and the record. And honestly, I don't know what it's going to look like since now you have a backup quarterback in this week yet again for another week. So you got to be very strategic with your game plan going into this game. So a full week of practice for a backup QB. And, I think Eagle fans went back and forth this week on why Kenny Pickett is starting and why they just don't give Tanner McKee a chance.
Would you start McKee?
I at least want to I don't know. Like for me, it's that we're basing everything off of preseason with him, and he's only been a second half preseason quarterback. He hasn't even been like a first half preseason quarterback going against backups. And I think the Eagles want to start Kenny Pickett because he's been a starter in the league. Even with the Steelers, he's had less weapons around him. And honestly, with a full week of practice with the starters, and AJ Brown came out and said, hey, we've been doing, the receivers have been doing a little bit of extra with Kenny Pickett to kind of, gain that chemistry a little bit on the field. So you got to be very strategic with him, and your first downs have to look better. And you can't make things look very obvious to get those second and third and longs, which, these defenses are going to sell out for Saquon Barkley. So I think it's the right move for now. There is the rib injury, the partial injury that Pickett has. So everyone's kind of worried about that. How injured is he? So
yeah,
that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. I think with Tanner McKee, like, I prefer him most of the time over Kenny Pickett, but to start your first game in a situation where you got to win the division, I don't know. I think you got to go with Kenny Pickett, but it's really going to be up to the coaches to put this guy in a good situation. I don't think he was necessarily awful last week. I don't think he was bad. I just think that the coaching staff really let him out to dry. Without making any adjustments when he came in, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Brandon, he says, hey, Phil, you never been to a game in my life, but my girlfriend bought me tickets to this game.
Nice.
I'm so excited. Very cool, man. Dude, what a great game to go. You get to go to a Kelly Green game. Man, that's a dream. Like, the next when we finally
need to
go
do
to a game,
this.
when we finally go to a game, it's going to be a Kelly Green game. It has to be. Gordon says, "Well, I got alive. I'm Gordon from Sasebo, Japan. Man, shout out to you in Japan. What time is it in Japan? It's got to be like tomorrow already, right? It's already like Sunday.
I think so.
Bad Barbie, what's going on? Hey, Philly, I'm working tomorrow, but I pray Philly gets it done. Go Birds. I do too. I pray that they do, and I feel really good about this game. Like I feel really good, like almost like arrogant, cocky good, which I've been really trying to like suppress my arrogance about this game because I think it's going to be a beating. I think Dallas is going to get a beat down tomorrow.
Yeah,
I really do. Eagles landed says, "What's up, 500 Shakes? What's going on, my man?
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let me see. What I wanted to click on. So I saw somebody. Let me see. I forgot where it is. Somebody said something about asked the question, but I can't find the comment. Giovanni says, "Hey Philly, I ticked Mark off. That's why he made those videos because I told him he never showed up for your live stream. Yeah, I called him out on that live stream. Said, come on, I know you're around, which we always know Mark is. He could jump on right now, and he didn't. Richard says, you missed me on purpose. I promise you I didn't miss you on purpose. It's never on purpose. I have nothing against anybody. Neil says, it's tomorrow in Japan. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Young Boy says, interesting enough, they say Kenny fits more Kellen's playbook and scheme than Jalen. What do you guys think about such a statement? It didn't show last week. I mean, if that was his scheme, it didn't show last week. I really thought I thought the game was really lost at the end of the day because of the coach's inability to make adjustments in game when Hurts went out. I mean, there's a lot of things that went on, and there's a lot of different things that happened, like Devontae Smith dropping a ball. You can't have that. But I really think that this game should never have been close. And I really believe that the Eagles' lack of adjustment, especially when Washington was king on first down so heavily on Saquon Barkley, the lack of adjustment, I think, in this game offensively for the Eagles really is why this game was even close.
Yeah, and I think putting your defense in the bad position, special teams, kickoffs, like not even kicking in the end zone. I mean, they're grabbing the ball at the 15, 20-yard line, and they're getting up to the 40, 45, even pretty much half field, which is giving your defense much of a chance. And some of these 3 and outs, we knew that there was going to be issues with the offense or long drives resulting in no points. Time of possession doesn't mean anything if you're not scoring on those drives. So,
yeah. Exactly.
Kitty.
Yeah. Toby says, Dallas can't even beat Kenny Pickett. I'm going to laugh my ass off at Dallas fans. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a great day, I think, for the Eagles. Dave for Super Chat. He goes, you keep up the good work, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Dave.
First Super Chat of the day. Thank you so much, man. I do not like this AI chat summary. Oh, God, what is it saying today? I can only imagine. Let's see. The viewers are discussing the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles football game and why Joey Shakes is stealing so many wives.
Shut the fuck
up. I'm just kidding. But I mean, when you look at this game, right? Obviously, the Eagles lose Hurts tomorrow, and that sucks. I mean, do you expect did you think that he was that injured? I'm a little surprised that he's been in concussion protocol all week. To me, he got up. He's like, no, I'm all right. I know he was a little wobbly, but man, I don't know. From everything everybody was saying afterwards in the locker room, he looked like he was fine. I'm a little shocked.
Look when the Buffalo Bills played with Josh Allen was knocked on the ground, passed out, got up, went to the tent. I mean, that looked even worse. That hit looked worse, and yet he got back in the game. That's really weird to me. The biggest question of that whole thing is who was it? The referees that pretty much told him that he was done for the day, or did the coaching staff step in?
Yeah, we never got really an answer for that. I don't think. But I think the Eagles doctors didn't want him to go in the game, and he tried to sneak in the game back in. I think, but I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. I mean, you watch Baker Mayfield got slammed on his head, and then he went to the tent for like 10 seconds, and then comes walking back out and goes back in the game. I just I wonder sometimes. I mean, but then again, just shows you head injuries are weird, man. You don't have to hit somebody so hard if it's just a certain way, a certain place. You don't know how it's going to affect somebody. It's crazy. Lucius the show member for 16 months. 500 Joey, we keep saying lack of adjustment when Hurts went out, but I think it was more arrogance. They banked on that line so much. Yeah, maybe some arrogance, like, oh, we can do what we're going to do. But after when you got 4 carries for 104 yards, and then it turns into like 15 carries for like 115 yards or whatever it was. It's like, at what point do you say, you know what? They know we're running on first down. Let's throw on first down. Let's change things up a little bit. I just can't believe they didn't do that,
Yeah, I mean, look, they were talking about, I mean, there was people talking about it too, like how do you get, because you don't know what's going to happen to your starting quarterback. Like, how do you get a backup quarterback prepared with like 2 walkthroughs and like barely a few practices during the week? I don't know. I mean, you have to be ready for this, and they didn't look like they were ready when Pickett went in. I thought Pickett actually looked more comfortable. He started to run, show his athleticism a little bit on those open lanes. So I'm glad that he started to like get a little bit comfortable, and I thought he showed up really well at the end of the game. And unfortunately, we had some drops. We had some really bad drops.
I mean, at the end of the day. Yeah, at the end of the day, we could complain all we want about this. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. Devontae can't drop that ball. I love Devontae Smith. He can't drop that ball. And that was a difference, Tybee says, I'm trying to find a positive. He needs the rest. He does. Listen, I think you can win this game without Jalen Hurts playing. I do, okay? We'll talk about the Cowboys and stuff and the matchup in a second, but I don't think it bodes well for them at all. Dave D, man, thank you for the super chat, my man. Philly and Joey, what is your favorite Italian food minus chicken parm?
Oh, boy. You go ahead, because you probably already know.
Everything. I like gnocchi. I'm a gnocchi guy.
Homemade, right? You like do it yourself? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like, I don't know, man. I like a lot of shit. I like fettuccine Alfredo. I like chicken parmesan. Chicken, I forgot what that chicken dish is called. And he took himself out of the chat.
Kicked me out again. As soon as we start talking about food, I got excited. I must have hit something.
Yeah, I like a lot of stuff. I mean, chicken marinara. I mean, every day.
I like a little pasta vazul too. You know what I'm saying?
Some gabagool.
I like it all. I like everything. I'm not picky. Obviously, I don't look like I'm picky.
Yeah.
You put it in front of me, I'll probably eat it. Pause. No diddy. Show knows. I think Flickett will be fine a week with the first team reps. I think so too. I think so too. And I don't think Dallas is capable of stopping the run quite the same way Washington did. So even if they know we're going to run it, I don't think they're going to be able to deal with it. Eagles 93. Thank you for super chat. He goes, just got back from the B-Dubs. Made it in time for Shakedown. Grab the 6-pack. Go Birds. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being here, my man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We appreciate that so much. My thoughts are like, when you look at this game, and I guess from Dallas's perspective, right? They already are without Dak Prescott. Now they lose CeeDee Lamb. So I mean, to me, who on their offense even scares you? Who?
Jake Ferguson, maybe their tight end. I mean, and I don't know. Yeah. It's not saying much.
Turpin is the only guy that worries.
Turpin
time and their field goal kicker. That's it. Other than that, nobody scares me. I think Dallas is in big trouble. I think they're in big trouble tomorrow. I really, really do. I know Michael Parsons said, "Hey, we're coming. We're gonna do this or whatever, dude. You guys stink. Dallas stinks, man. No, I think the Eagles clinch the division tomorrow. The question is going to be whether or not Minnesota beats Green Bay and Detroit beats San Francisco, because what might happen, and it's probably not likely, but could you imagine a situation where you go and you beat Dallas? You think, okay, we clinched the number 2 seed, we clinched the division, and then here goes Minnesota losing to Green Bay, and then on Monday Night Football, Detroit somehow loses to San Francisco. Now, all of a sudden, if Minnesota beats Detroit, you have home field. So all of a sudden, you have to play your players. I mean, it could turn that quickly. So we'll just have to see. And also, I don't want to play Green Bay round 1. Like Washington could jump Green Bay. If Green Bay loses to Minnesota, which is possible, and then Washington wins, I think Washington jumps them. So then they become the 7th seed, and you're playing them week 1. I don't want to play Green. Not that we can't beat them, but I just think it's a tougher matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
Joe Lowe's a 500. Pickett might have a big game. He should shred this defense. I think if the Eagles score 17 points or more, they win this game. Like, I literally, I don't think Dallas can score on the Eagles. All right, this is a good defense. This defense gave up some big plays last week. Who's their Terry McLaurin? You know what I mean? They don't have it. They don't have big play guys in this offense. I don't see how Dallas moves the ball on the Eagles, to be honest with you. I really don't. They're going to have to run Dottle like 50 times.
Yeah, the question is, it's not really necessarily the Eagles can't, even if they had CeeDee Lamb, it's not necessarily the defense can't stop it. It's because you're worried that if your offense is in trouble and they're on, they have 3 and outs, and they're not sustaining any drives, and your defense is on the field way too much, they get a little sluggish, and that's what kind of happened last week. And obviously losing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and obviously the backup safety, I always forget his damn name, didn't really play well, coming in. So, you want your offense to really be on all cylinders, man. This is a bigger determined type game for Kenny Pickett, because this isn't just for him as an Eagle. This is to really show the league that he could, be a backup or get another job for next year. This is bigger than just having it, for one game. This is really to showcase himself to the NFL. So
right,
too.
Exactly. Digital Printhouse, thank you for the super chat. It was Motto, Falk, Turd, Clinton, and Adobe. Love you guys. Thank you so much, my man. Yeah, struggling with that stuff. No doubt about it. I'll tell you what, speaking of Digital Printhouse, since he's here, let's give a little teaser. Sure he's working on. Let's tease this mother humper. So he's working, our boy's working on hard at work right now, like Santa Claus and the elves, always delivering Christmas. Here you go. There's a little teaser. He's working on something right now. So we will see it soon. But shout out to Digital Printhouse, man. And we look forward to seeing the full reveal.
And by the way, we're going to have a big promotion for the playoffs as well. So definitely stick around for that. We have some other stuff in the works right before playoffs start. So
yeah, exactly.
Definitely stay tuned.
Exactly. So yeah, it's like, the game versus Dallas. I mean, offensively, I just think for Dallas offensively to beat the Eagles, they're going to have to be able to run the ball. And I mean, they're going to have to run the ball a lot. Obviously third downs, who they're going to throw to, you got to assume they're going to Ferguson, right? So he's the guy you kind of key on. I think Dallas is going to have a hard time scoring points tomorrow. I do. I think 17 points or more wins the game for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they're out the right guard. They're having issues on the left side of the line. I mean, on Cooper Rush, they should be getting to him a good amount of time. I mean, I think they should be getting to him. They should be hitting home. That defensive line should be hitting home. There's just no doubt.
Yeah. I think Dallas is they just don't have firepower. It's going to be hard to score on this defense. Eric Allen says thoughts on the Eagles' playoff chances with Hurts back. I think it's very good. I think the Eagles got very, very good playoff chances to go far. I really do. They're locked into the 2 seed, especially if you get a situation where, let's say, Washington's a 7th seed, Green Bay's a 6th seed, and then you have Minnesota the 5th seed. See, I look at the 3rd and 4th seed, which is the Rams most likely and Atlanta right now. I think both those teams get tossed in the first round of the playoffs. So if it works out where the Eagles open up against Washington, then let's say the Eagles beat Washington, Green Bay wins, Minnesota wins. Minnesota then goes to Philly, and Green Bay goes to Detroit. See, to me, that's a way better matchup for. Like, I like that. I like playing Minnesota more than I like playing Green Bay. So to me, I think that's very favorable. I mean, I don't think there's any reason why the Eagles should not get to the NFC Championship game. I don't think that's asking too much of this team. I think that's fair to say that they have a really, really good chance to get there.
Right. No, get it.
Mike, thank you for super chat. He goes, can we talk about the officiating or lack thereof? Listen, it's not just the Eagles games. It's league wide. It's
everywhere.
Like,
everywhere.
It is bad. It is really, really bad. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that like it seems like they've got their teams they pick out, and the weird, the officiating's horrendous.
Do you think that, like, after watching Fangio's press conference a couple of days ago, do you think that they're trying to put a lid on Chauncey, that Chauncey needs to kind of control himself a little bit more in these games? Because when it hits the playoffs, for a fact that the referees have these, they always have these meetings on what players they really need to watch out for on the field. One is Jalen Carter, obviously, and one is going to be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And do you, as much as I just want him to be him, do you think he needs to control himself in these games under these standards of how the refs are towards this team?
I don't know. I mean, what do we know? Do we know what was ever said? Did we ever hear what was said? Because it would really depend on what he said. Like, I've never seen a guy get tossed for 2 taunting penalties like that. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. I literally watched the Washington Commander guy punch him in the face and rip his face mask off, and he didn't get a call. I don't know. I mean, I think if you tell Chauncey Gardner-Johnson you can't talk no more, shut up. I think you take an element of his game away. I think you're taking away something. So I think you just got to go with it, and be smart about it. Don't get caught doing it. Pick your spots. I would tell him all those things, but he's got to be able to be him.
Fangio said he didn't like it. I mean, he didn't like it. He doesn't even know if it was. I mean, we don't even know if they even know. Maybe they do know. Maybe he was talking. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they probably had a talk with him.
Fangio said he didn't like him talking, or he didn't like the refs kicked him out.
All he said was Chauncey needs to be better. So, whatever that means. I mean,
yeah. To me, it's like I don't think you can have. I think defenses need. I think good defenses need guys like that. I'm sorry, I know that's crazy, but I think you need 1 or 2 guys like this on every good defense. You need a little bit of attitude. He's got to be smart about it. I'm not saying he should be just like blatantly doing it for the rest, but like be smart about it. But you can't take that away from his game. I think that's a mistake. I think we should not ask him to be something he's not. He's going to always talk shit. That's the way he goes. That's what gets him going. Kryptonite says, why is Eric Dickerson so salty? He is a Dollar Tree steak left in a car for a week, old and not tolerable. I completely get why you don't want somebody to break your record. I don't have a problem with that. I guess what I have a problem with, I think is you don't come out and say it, because you're just not going to win. You're just going to look bad. So, it's okay. Hey, you don't want a guy to break your record, but once he does break it, you gotta call him up and congratulate him and be happy for him.
But dude, you know what's weird though about that thing? Like about it is like when Derrick Henry almost broke it, he didn't come out and say all this. When Chris Johnson, or I'm trying to remember other guys, I've never seen Eric Dickerson come out and like say that. But it's just weird how when it's a Philadelphia Eagles player, it's weird. And obviously back in his time, it was one less game. So it's,
but people pointed out that he broke the record getting 2 more games from O.J. Simpson. So, it does happen. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think it's going to make him look good. I understand you want your record, but, records are meant to be broken. They're going to be broken. Coming out and saying like that openly, it's just you're just going to look bad. But to me, I think there's a lot of guys that don't want their records broken. They just might not say it. Dank Bird Gang, David Super Chat. Luckily, Pooper Flush can't move like Jane Daniels 5. That's true. That's true. We will at 1. We will what? Yeah, we will at 1. Yep. Carlos Davis Super Chat. Salute. I say we run more of a West Coast type offense versus the boys. More methodical passing, play action. If 26 gets like 175, 180, I say play him in the first half versus New York. That's all. That's also been a hot topic this week. What do you do with Saquon Barkley? And thank you so much for Super Chat. I think you'll see more play action tomorrow. I think you'll see a lot more short passing tomorrow. I think you'll see more of those adjustments, which was what they need to do. But it has been a hot topic. What do you do with Barkley if you're, do you play him? Do you not play him if he's in sight of the record? What would you do, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends if they sit anybody else out that last game. Like if Barkley's out there, there's no Devontae Smith and no AJ Brown. I don't think it's gonna be worth for him to stay out there. If they're gonna have other guys out there for a series and they're wanting to break this record, then fine. But it shouldn't be for more than a quarter. It really depends on how much he gets to this Cowboys game. He needs what, 260? What is he, like 263? I forgot what he needs.
I think 267. Yeah, 267, 268, something like that. Fabio Davis Super Chat. Refs need to be fined for BS calls. They need to do something about these refs because they're getting worse every year. They are. And thank you for the Super Chat. What I think, though, really like is I think tomorrow, I think offensively the game plan is simple. I think you have to run the ball, of course. But I also think you have to know that Dallas's whole philosophy on defense tomorrow is going to be stop Barkley at all costs and force Pickett to beat you with his arm. That's what they're going to do. So what I think the game plan offensively for the Eagles should be is I think you need to come out, and I would actually come out, the first possession or so, it's okay to run a first down, but I would probably come out and throw short passes on first down and then come back and run on second down. So I would start play action fakes. I would like to see Pickett under center a little more. I'd like to see them run some play action fakes. I'd like to see some short passes. I'd like to see, even screen pass. I think if you throw the quick, I'm talking about high percentage throws on first down, like the ones that gain you 3-4 yards on first down, and then come back and run on second down. And I think I would do it that way. And I think you could get them, for big plays down the field on play action, because I think they will bite on Barkley. Now, you got to establish the run, but Barkley's established himself enough this season that if you came out, like, let's say in the first drive and you wanted to play action bomb, I think it's probably there. But, that's what I would do in terms of a game plan. Yeah. Versus Dallas.
And I thought they strayed away from the short passing game later on, where Pickett was holding on to the ball too long, where they were doing some short passes and they kind of strayed away from that. So, but yeah, I can't be shotgun play every time. I mean, no one respects Kenny's legs, obviously. So they need to do better. Get the running backs to the passing game. Throw a screen pass. I mean, except the tight end screen or a screen to Devontae Smith. Just do something else. I mean, you have the weapons out there. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, and if you watch that game, with Pickett in there and running on first down, we were losing yards. It'd be like, we'd lose a yard, lose two. So constantly the Eagles were in 2nd and 13, 2nd and 12, second and long. Let's get short pass game going, 3-4 yards. So, it's 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. Then you come back, you run Barkley, you put yourself in 3rd and short. And then you have the whole playbook available to you. And that's really when you can capitalize on some big plays. So I think that's how I would approach offensively this game tomorrow. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, tomorrow is the day for Q or Coop to get a pick. Man, both those guys are running out of games.
Every time we say this, we're jinxing it every time we say it. Yeah, right.
Mr. International says, I would go for the entire 268. Man, that would be unbelievable. That would be one hell of a game. I'll tell you that. I think if Barkley, to me, if Barkley is, let's say Barkley gets 180 yards tomorrow, 170, 180. Like if he's about 100, 120, I give him a half. I might give him a half. If he's under 100, I definitely give him a half. But if he's 140, 150 away, I'm not playing him. I'm not doing it. I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
41-33, my man. Thank you so much for super chat. 500 had a family party and everyone got the vid sick as hell. But we won 750 on the Bengals game. They should just let Barkley and the O-line win the game. Notifications don't work. Just got here. Yeah, I know. Notifications always a problem. Always a problem, my friend. But thank you so much. Yeah, that Bengals game that first game stunk. I fell asleep. Ended up taking a 2-hour nap on that. What was it? The Chargers versus the Patriots. That Bengals-Denver game was really good, though. Was really good. And the Bengals they could actually sneak in now. It's absolutely crazy. 4132, thank you so much for that super chat, my man. Let's see here. Did you all see the tweet Zach Berman put about CJ yesterday? Pretty much said that he doesn't feel targeted by the refs and just has to be better. Well, that's good. I mean, I don't want him to be targeted. Just be smarter about how you do it, That's all. But I thought it was unacceptable that the guy had his helmet ripped off and they didn't call a penalty. It should have been at the very least offsetting penalties, no?
A little bit, yeah. Retaliation, sure.
Yeah, right. Usually that's what happens. By Smitty dropping the ball, it knocked the Niners out of the playoffs. And Dallas. Yeah, and Dallas. They're done. The question is will the Niners go out and beat Detroit? See, I still think if you could get the number 1 seed, you got to try to get it. I know it's like a 5% chance, but I just think that week rest. I mean, look how many guys are on our injury report, right? I mean, you have a lot of guys banged up with just nagging injuries.
Yeah,
if we could give them a week rest, it would be huge.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have reinforced. I mean, you have Dallas Goedert back soon. It looks like Bryce Huff is back and activated this week, so he'll get some playing time on Sunday, which is good. They did waive Chris Harris. That was the defensive end from the Panthers that we got off waivers, so they let go of him since Bryce is back now. So you get Covey back. You're getting some guys back now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now we talked about the Eagles offense kind of going up against the Cowboys defense, but Eagles defensively last week they gave up some big plays. I mean, they gave up some plays you don't see them giving up. I think this week, I just think I would just stop the run. Just stop. To me, I would key on the run. And I would dare Cooper Rush to have to beat me with the pass too, because who's he going to throw to? I don't think he's got any weapons, dude. They don't scare me at all.
Not even a good running back. I mean, they don't really have a running game either, which we haven't really seen all year. So
the guy that scares me the most on them is Turpin. Really, yeah. I mean, if you look at our kickoffs last week, I think every kick couldn't get past the 15-yard line. And Washington seemed like they started every drive at the 40 or the 45-yard line. Turpin is dangerous in the return game. That's what worries me the most, dude.
Yeah.
It worries me.
No, I agree. Jake Elliott too. I don't feel safe kicking over 50 yards with Jake Elliott. I really don't. I'm still not comfortable with it. So I don't want to come to we're going to need him in the playoffs if need be. And hopefully, he holds out for us. Hopefully he'll do well.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan says, since Pickett isn't effective in the read option, let it run some I formation. I would love to see them set up like that. I mean, they do got that fullback, right? So why not? I would love to see it. I mean, the play action with Barkley.
I know.
I'm telling you, it's devastating if they use it. It's crazy to me. If they would have used it in the Washington game, you probably would have had, a 40-yard bomb to Devontae or AJ or something.
Yeah,
It's
the
there. It's there.
Blazing Game was used. I mean, Blazing Game was activated the last couple weeks, but they used, I think, on the Barkley touchdown up the left sideline. I think Usama was in there. The veteran tight end was in there for at fullback. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't like. I don't know. Maybe it's Blazing Game fullback depth. Maybe they want to use someone else at a bigger side. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is with that.
I
So
don't know. I don't know either. But if they come up with the right game plan tomorrow, I don't foresee Dallas doing much. Like I said, like when you look at their defense, our defense versus their offense.
oh yeah.
I mean, Donald, they're going to have to run the ball. I mean, Dallas has to put themselves in like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. If they're 3rd and long, it's a big problem. And then the main target is going to be Ferguson. So you got to key on him, key on that run game. And I don't think Dallas is going to be able to do much. Not with this defense. I think this defense is going to be stifling tomorrow, dude. I'm going to ask, I usually ask for your prediction first. I'll give you mine first this time. I got the Eagles winning this game 31-9. I don't think Dallas scores a touchdown tomorrow. I think this is a 31-9 beatdown. I do.
Yeah.
That's how comfortable I feel. I mean, I just don't see how they're going to score touchdowns.
I mean, you're
expecting is Turpin.
Yeah, and you're expecting Kenny Pickett to look much sharper with a week of practice. You're expecting him to look now practicing with the ones all week. Like it's different now. Like it's way different for him being a backup throughout the week practicing than knowing like that he's really going to showcase himself this Sunday and, working extra with the receivers, which is great to gain that chemistry a little bit with some of the guys. And like, I mean, AJ Brown's like, oh, I've been working with him extra. It's like, dude, I think him and AJ have pretty good. I think he had pretty good chemistry. He felt like he was more comfortable throwing to AJ than really anybody else, to be honest with you. So, hopefully we get Calcaterra involved. We get the tight ends involved a little bit more in this game. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, like that interception that he threw, that was the kind of thing I meant. They went like the first series, they went like where Kenny Pickett was out there. I think they ran like 3 slants in a row, like to all AJ Brown. And then they come back the next series and you run another slant. Washington was sitting there waiting for it. And it's like those kind of things to me, the coaches have to be better with. They have to be better on how they game plan. It worries me though that if Hurts ever goes out of a game, that whoever you put in, you can't make the adjustments to the new quarterback. That you should have been able. You should always have something in your game plan that could come in and put Pickett in a situation and succeed. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Jose says, "Happy holiday, gentlemen. I'm sure the Eagles will be keeping their eyes out to replace Elliott." I think that. Look, I like Elliott, and I'm not giving his job away, but I would bring in competition for him, though. I would. I mean, he's 1-6 from 50 yards and more. I mean, that worries me going into playoffs.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Fabio David Super Che goes, how we match up with the Chiefs round 2 in rest. Well, we won't play the Chiefs in round 2. I mean, the only time you have to see the Chiefs is in the Super Bowl. So we don't have to deal with the Chiefs. I mean, look, I think the Chiefs are a tough team, and I think as the playoffs go, all of a sudden, all this rusty, every game is close. I think you're going to see that all go away, and they're just going to be the Chiefs. I really feel like they've just been sleeping through the season.
Yeah.
I
mean, look, and I know it hurts being out of this game too. I think one is like he gets to see the game from the sideline a little bit, and it might be different for him, but it might be a positive for him to see everything from the sideline. And I think number 2 is, if it's just a concussion, Hurts is just going to get more healthy. So, that's really it.
Well, if you win this game, let's say, and things go the way that, let's say Minnesota beats Green Bay and you're eliminated from the number 1 seed, then you have to rest your guys next week, right? I mean, you have to rest your stars. So Hurts doesn't play against the Giants either. Right, so he doesn't play against the Giants.
Right,
AJ Brown doesn't play. Devontae, Saquon. I wouldn't even play Saquon. I mean, I really wouldn't, unless he's close to the record. But I think you have to get your rest where you can, and that's where you have to get it. But the question then becomes: is if Hurts doesn't play this game and he doesn't play against the Giants, is that a mistake? If he can play during the Giants game, do you play him a little bit? Do you play him a quarter? you play him so he's not going on 3-4 weeks before he plays his next game? That's a lot of time to miss.
Yeah, it is a lot of time. And you're hoping, and you're hoping from, like, if they clinch this tomorrow, you don't want these guys to be dead in the water going to a playoff game where they're not playing enough. They're just practicing, but you got to keep these guys, hot going to the playoffs so they don't look. You can't afford to I think you can't afford to be slow. I think what they've been doing really well the last couple of weeks, these fast starts, I think they've been pretty damn good. And that's all we've been really asking for first quarter was. So your mic's not working. I should have just said nothing. So you just kept talking. Should just let it go. Or is it me? I don't think it's me. I think it's you. Yeah, it's you. Thank you.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Your mic was off.
Oh, my mic was? Stupid thing. Every time my AirPods die, it shuts all my audio off. I don't know why.
It's weird.
Completely different mic. Yeah, it's weird. Sorry about that. But what the hell? So what the hell were we saying again?
You started talking and I couldn't hear you the whole time.
Well, no, but I forget what the hell I was. Jay Recruiter says Pickett is having Micah nightmares tonight. No, I don't think so. The only person having nightmares is Micah. Micah's having Lane Johnson nightmares. You know what I mean? Look, Micah Parsons. What has he ever really done against the Eagles? Nothing. The Eagles usually shut him down.
I think he's embarrassed himself between his podcast, leaving a game early, and the way he just has been reacting on the sideline. Losing every. I mean, they won the last couple games, but he was out for a whole month. Come on, man! Like that guy.
He wants out. He don't want to be there. He don't want to be there. No, he don't want to be there. Lazy Ford says Barkley break the record tomorrow so he can have it in 16 games. I mean, look, that would be, you'd have to hell of a game. 268 yards. I mean, that's a lot to ask of anybody, Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to get over when he had 104 on 4 carries versus Washington. I'm like, this guy's going to go over 200 yards today, but you don't know, I think he'll have a big game though. I do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Parsons is 1.5 sacks in like 5-6 games against us. Yeah, it's not much. He doesn't usually do much. Eagles usually have his number. He already had. Yeah, he did. He had 250, right? Like versus the Rams. I'm not saying it's impossible. Hard. It's not impossible. Hey, listen, if he can do it, do it. Leon says 500. I'm not worried about Jalen. In 2022, he missed the Cowboys, Saints, and played 1 quarter in the Giants game. Rust wasn't an issue for him in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it either. I look at it like a good problem to have. If I can get those guys rested, I want to. I mean, we had A.J. Brown had a knee show up on the injury report this week.
Yeah.
Like it's like things like that, man. But we had a really early bye week. Week 5 was our worst.
The worst. Yeah. AJ Brown, it wasn't really even the Steelers game going to that game. Like, we didn't know if AJ Brown was going to play. He wasn't 100% healthy for that game. And he wasn't even 100% healthy for this Washington game either. He hasn't been healthy the last couple of weeks. So they really, and it didn't even look like it. He played really well, obviously, but it's another game here where, we have to shut this. We have to get in and out of this game as fast as we can and get these guys rested. I mean, that's really the most important thing right now.
Yeah. The only way the Eagles can lose this game, the only way is they've got to beat themselves. Like, they got to have a lot. You have to have a lot of turnovers. They got to turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. They've got to, basically quit like they did last year. I don't think that this is the same team as last year. It's not going to happen. And with Dallas's inability to move the ball, I think it's going to be a problem.
I want to go off topic for one quick second. So just because I think we have to laugh and just kind of get this out there. Hassan Reddick for the year, right? Because we kind of been ignoring this the whole year. The 26th third round conditional that could turn to a second if he gets 10 plus sacks, whatever the case may be. Hassan Reddick has A half a sack and 6 tackles on the year. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's not going to do good for us. Yeah, I mean, you know, he missed a lot of time. How many games did he miss? Like
it was
6
only
games or something.
Was it 6 games?
Wasn't I don't know how many it was. It seemed like it was a lot of games, but yeah, I mean that's nothing. That's not good at all. I'm very happy with like where we're at right now. Like I really like. I like what we're seeing from Nolan Smith. I obviously love Jalen Carter. You know, it's a shame we lost BG. That just sucks.
I really did.
But I mean, we've done a decent job with getting to the quarterback and getting sacks. So you know, we're okay. I think going forward, obviously, you know, when we get into the offseason and the draft and free, like you know, I'm going to be pushing an elite pass rusher.
Yes,
get yourself an elite pass rusher. But I mean, I think we got a pretty good defense.
Yeah, what Nolan Smith's got 6.5 sacks on the year. I mean, it's amazing, dude. Like we were like, oh, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know, like the offseason program, we weren't happy. We didn't know how they're gonna produce if these guys were ever gonna produce. But man, like he really has turned it around. I eat my words, man. I really do. I say it every week. Got another sack last week. I mean, damn.
Yeah. I know. Nolan Smith has been really good. I mean, the question is what will Bryce Huff contribute once he comes back?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to take reps from Jalen Hunt because Jalen Hunt, I mean, obviously he's got a lot of growing to do as a player. Like he's still learning, but he does every once in a while flash, man. And I'm like, there's something with this kid. We just got to let him play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I think defensively, you know, we gave up some big plays last week. We usually don't give up those plays, and I don't think that'll be a problem tomorrow. I think they're going to shut this. I think they're going to shut the Cowboys down tomorrow in a major way. Like I don't see them being able to run the ball on the Eagles. I don't see them being able to throw the ball on the Eagles. I think Dallas is going to have a lot of 3 outs. And if the Eagles' offense is humming, it's going to be a blowout quick.
Well, I thought we saw a different dimension of Washington's offense, especially because Jaden Daniels, he just looked more fluid last week. Like, you know, I think the first time we faced him, he was more of a statue in the pocket. He really wasn't moving too much. But this last game, he started to just move a little bit. And the Eagles have to, you know, they got to stay on him and contain him. And sometimes he had a lot of time. Sometimes, you know, when he knew he had that one-on-one matchup, he threw off the back foot, like just knew it was going to be there. So he did good. Like I'm not a Jaden Daniels hater. Like I think he's pretty damn good.
No, he's a good young quarterback. I think he's going to be good for a while. I think Washington's going to be somebody who, you know, 3-4 years down the road. I mean, we'll see what the Giants do, you know, quarterback wise if they get themselves a good franchise quarterback. But I think Washington's our chief competitor for the next, you know, several years because I think that kid's for real. And he played good, you know, but at the same time, like 4th and 11, he runs 30 yards. That hasn't happened.
Killed us. I know.
Defense. We missed tackles. You know, McLaurin wide open ends. Like those things don't happen to this defense.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to happen again, especially against the Dallas team. I think Dallas, you know, listen, Dallas and for their fans, they can be delusional, talk all the shit they want this week, like Mark, because they don't have anything to lose. If they beat us, oh, wow, look, we beat the Eagles, blah, blah, blah. And if they lose to us, oh, we didn't have anybody. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So it's a no-win situation to talk shit with them.
Yeah, those teams are the most dangerous teams. I'm not saying Dallas is dangerous, but look what the Panthers did last week. They took the Arizona Cardinals out of the playoffs. Like when teams like the Panthers or teams like that, they have no future in the playoffs. There's nothing going for them. Like all they're going to do is ruin seeding and they're gonna ruin somebody's dream, you know, a team's dream, and that's what they're doing, and they're playing a lot better, you know.
Yeah. Saquon is going to have a field day tomorrow. He might. I mean, he might go off. I think if the Eagles can somehow come out, especially early in the game, have Pickett make some big throws and really like have to force Dallas to be honest about the passing game and have to respect it. I think Barkley's going to end up with a monster day. I do. And here's the thing, if the Eagles, let's say they clinch the 2 seed and they can't get the 1, and they decide to sit all their players versus the Giants. I mean, people don't realize, like, the Giants, if the Giants win against the Eagles, that essentially would take them. That could possibly take them out of like a top 4 or 5 pick. Like it's all cluttered up there, or down there. You know what I mean? And one win could drop the Giants out of a position to get a quarterback. I would love nothing more than to have the Eagles clinch, rest their guys, and then the Giants go out and beat our practice squad team and lose the first pick overall. I think it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Do I want to see Barkley get the record if possible? Yeah, if possible. But it's got to be it's got to be in sight. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, I don't. Now, what's probably going to happen is Minnesota's probably going to lose to Green Bay, and then we're going to probably have Detroit lose to San Francisco, and then we're going to have to play our guys, and then Minnesota will lose to Detroit anyways, and we'll still be the 2 seed. But we'll have to play our guy. I mean, would you consider just be like, would you be willing to just give up the 1 seed and be like, not even worried about it? Just rest my guys now while I can?
Yeah, it just depends on your roster and how really hurt you are. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Saquon Barkley has like 190 plus yards in this game, you're gonna depending on it's gonna be like 25 to 28 carries. You're gonna be in dangerous territory now, where you really have to make a choice here if you want him to finish out against the Giants, and break this record, or you don't want to have this guy, since you don't have that number 1 seed, you have to make some decisions for your rosters. So you gotta be careful with that, depending on how many carries he's got this week. So
yeah, exactly. Showing us as Washington could afford 5 turnovers. Now Dallas, on the other hand, the thing with Washington was scoring points. Like, I mean, they had some weapons, and I think they had our defense tired too. I mean, I think all those 3 and outs with the Eagles in the second, I think they got a little tired, and I don't see how Washington. I don't see how Dallas can do the same thing. I just don't. Dak Bird Gang, they were super chat. He goes, I want to see Pickett scramble more. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it's there, take it. But what I want to see from Pickett is I want to see him throw, smart, high percentage throws, especially on first down. Put yourself in 3rd and shorts. Like, that's why I think first down, come out, short pass. Maybe you gain 3 yards. Okay, so now it's 2nd and 7. You run the ball on 2nd down. Barkley gets 4 yards. Now it's 3rd and 2. The Eagles put themselves in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s. Okay, then all of a sudden that play action really is going to be there. And I think you're going to have opportunities for Pickett to throw downfield.
So what happens if the Eagles lose tomorrow and then Washington loses Sunday night?
If Washington loses Sunday night?
Yeah.
I think if Washington loses Sunday night, they're playing Atlanta. We lose to Dallas. I want to say the Eagles would clinch the division, but I'm not 100% certain.
I didn't know. What would it be?
Washington is what? 2 games behind the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
So if Washington loses and we lost, Washington would still be 2 games behind us with 1 game. Yeah, we'd clinch the division.
Okay.
A Washington loss clinches the division. Yeah. Eric Allen is a finalist. He deserves it, and we pray and we wish and we hope that Eric Allen will get in there. He deserves it, no question about it, none. Let's see here. The Eagles' offense got the defense tired because they didn't do anything for 2 quarters. I agree. I don't see that happening tomorrow. I really don't. I think the Eagles just got to be smart about their game plan tomorrow, especially from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, I don't think Dallas matches up well with the Eagles at all. Like, if you tell me where are they going to exploit the Eagles at? Like, where are you going to exploit it? Who are you going to go after? The linebackers? Our linebackers are good. We're going to go after our second. They can't throw the ball on us. Dotto, I mean, he's been running well, I guess, for a Dallas running back, but he doesn't scare me. I just don't think they can score points on us.
No, they really shouldn't.
No. Matt says, let's hopefully stomp out them Cowgirls tomorrow at home and lock the division up, move to 13-3, then rest the final week, hopefully against the New York Midgets due to securing the 2nd seed and 1 seed being done. Yeah, being gone. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most likely scenario. The question is going to be is if Green Bay wins, and I'll be streaming that Green Bay game tomorrow, by the way, and the Detroit game Monday night, if Green Bay wins. But if Green Bay wins and then the 49ers win, then all of a sudden it becomes a weird situation because now you go into that last game and all you need is Minnesota to beat Detroit and you have home field. So how do you play it? That's going to be the question. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, I don't want to clinch of a Washington loss. I want to win. Yeah, absolutely. It was just a what if quote question.
Yeah, it was just I just want to know. I didn't know what.
You guys are looking past the Cowboys. Where are they at? We can't. Where are the Cowboys? We can't find them anywhere. How can you not overlook them? They stink. They stink. The only way the Cowboys are going to win this game, they have to get 2. They need 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. They need at least 3+ turnovers and 2 returns because they're not scoring on the Eagles. I think Dallas fans. I think you listen to too many Mark's videos. Like Mark's got you guys all whacked out, man. Like he thinks like this is Super Bowl. Like we're gonna playoffs. I'm gonna do 50 videos of Philly 500. And Philly 500, where are you at? You're hiding. You're scared. It's like Christmas, dude. I'm like spending Christmas with my family. What the hell is wrong with you? You know? But he'll learn. He'll learn. He got these Cowboy fans thinking they actually got a chance. You got no chance. It's over already. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, I don't want to clinch. Oh, Washington lost. I think I read that one. Yeah. No, I hear you. It ain't going to be happening. You know, is Jalen Hurts going to be? Yeah, Jalen Hurts will be fine. He's fine. Chris Scott said this game comes down to our O-line blocking well and Pickett getting the ball out quick. And both those things will happen. I mean, even if your offense is struggling, how is Dallas going to score points on the Eagles? Teams with good offenses haven't been able to put 20 points on the Eagles. Okay, except for last week, nobody. So how is Dallas going to score points?
Yeah, they should have like 4 sacks on. They should have like 4 sacks in this game.
This game should be over by the 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
it should be over by the 3rd quarter. Ariel, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Nobody's afraid of the Cowboys. If you were to put the Cowboys in cornfield, the Crows would still eat up all corn. Absolutely. Absolutely. Philly enjoy. I caught Mark Holmes doing draft videos. I bet. I mean, he's done a lot of videos on me. The latest one is I'm a bitch ass something. It's like, dude, all I was doing was spending my week with my family. What the hell's wrong with you? And then they say that the Eagle fans we're bad, we're annoying. We just troll and bother him without, it's like, dude, it's Christmas. Cowboys came in tank right, meaningless games. So why would they want to drop another spot in the draft? Makes no sense. They have completely lost their minds. Even if they were to beat us at the worst case scenario, it's not like it's knocking us out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
we're already in the playoffs. It's like beating the Eagles does nothing for the Cowboys at all.
No, but you want to. I think part of this whole thing at the end of the year now is clinching that second. Is you want to look good on a high note going into the playoffs instead of looking bad. I know you don't have your starting quarterback, so that's really the big thing. The Giant fans are out there. I can't imagine one Giant fan in the world right now is hoping that they win. like you have to be crazy, because you could mess up the future of your team. I don't get it. Yeah, true that.
Shono says, I'm expecting the score to look like the Texans-Ravens game. What was the final score of that game? Like 31-2
or something?
To 2, something like that. Yeah. I'm thinking like 31-9 maybe 30, 31-12. Like, I think they get 3-4 field goals during the day. I don't think they're able to punch in touchdowns. And if the Eagles play turnover-free ball, I think the Eagles are sitting their starters by the fourth quarter. And I'm not saying it. I'm not trying to be braggadocious. I'm really not. I mean, Dallas has nobody playing. They're banged up. I mean, Diggs isn't playing, right? Diggs is out. CeeDee Lamb is out. Prescott obviously is out.
Their right guard is out.
Running game. Their right guard, Overshown, whatever. He showed he flashed. He's out. Who they got? I mean, what are we worried about Dallas for? Giovanni King, thank you for the super chat. He goes, "Hey Philly, Mark was talking about me last video about you specifically. What did he say?" And thank you for that super chat. Greg says, "Phil, you're taking Dallas too lightly." All right, maybe I am, but can you blame me? Like, where do I look at Dallas and say, "Oh yeah, they scare me in this matchup versus the Eagles"? I mean it honestly. Where? I mean, I don't see how they're any good.
Oh, it really comes down. Like, if Pickett plays like he did last week, they're not winning this game. And I'm not. And look, I'm just saying this because you can't have the. Well, they didn't have a slow start last week, but obviously with Hurts coming out of the game, throwing an easy pick, and then the obviously bad special teams, giving Washington short field advantage, half field advantage, really. He's got to look more sharper. That's all I can think. He's going to look better this week. So hopefully,
right. Losing 2 games in a row doesn't bother you. I know you can't be talking about me because we haven't lost 2 games in a row. We only lost 1 game in a row.
Yeah,
we only lost 1 game out of the last 11. Can we trade kickers? Yeah, they got a good kicker. Listen, if Dallas can keep the game within 2 points and their kicker needs to kick a 56-yard field goal at the end of the game, yeah, I guess we're in trouble. But other than that, I don't think it's over. I don't think I'm overlooking Dallas. I think I'm being realistic. And you're going to tell me the Eagles and Kelly Green tomorrow pumped up. They're mad after a loss. They want to clinch the division and this thing. Dallas is in trouble, man.
And with these Kelly Green games, the Eagles always makes crazy things happen in Kelly Green games.
Oh, yeah.
We've witnessed
for
already.
The good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Peter says the Eagles need to draft the BYU kicker. He's kicking great tonight. Yeah, man. I mean, bring in competition. I'm all for it. Giovanni Keith Davis super chat. He goes, yeah, because I said he never showed up to your stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going off the deep end this week, man. Like, it's like literally like it was Christmas Day. I'm like, hey, Mark, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Like, it was just that. And he says, well, everybody wants us to do something on for the game. I said, all right, well, we'll talk about it and do something for Sunday. For Sunday, next thing I know, where's Philly 500? He's in hiding. Philly 500's a bitch ass. Philly 500. It's like, whoa, it's Christmas, dude. It's Christmas. I literally told everybody the week before, I will not be around from, until after Christmas, maybe that Friday. And you know what? Next week, with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, you're going to see the same thing again. I'm going to take a little break and spend time with the family.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Nick, thank you for super chat. Kelly Green's going to give Kenny superpowers. I like it. I think this game is a blowout. I do. I think this game is a blowout. And I think the Eagles take care of business. To me, the biggest question mark about tomorrow is what's going to happen with that Green Bay, Minnesota game. Will Detroit clinch or knock the Eagles out of that number 1 seed, or are we going to have to play our starters that final week? That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think it's being cocky or arrogant at all. It's not. Look, if Dak was there and CeeDee Lamb was there and they had all their players, I would say, all right, this is going to be a tough game. I'm not going to take them lightly. But dude, who do they got? Cooper Rush. Come on, man. I don't sweat Cooper Rush. This is one of the best defenses in football all year long. I'm not supposed to sweat the Dallas Cowboys now. Do we not go play Lamar Jackson and beat him? Do we not beat all these other guys? I mean, why I have to sweat Cooper Rush now? Not going to do it.
They can't do it. You're hoping they just hit home and they get some pressure, and I don't see them really struggling that much. They shouldn't, unless they shoot themselves in the foot on stupid plays. They just have one of those quotations, one of those games. There's a lot on the line here. There's a lot of focus this week. I don't think their eyes going to be off the ball this week. So
right,
shouldn't.
Pickett will throw picks, says Dallas fans from who love quarterbacks who throw pick sixes playoff games. It's crazy. Yeah, Rush won games unlike Pickett's trash ass. You better talk now, Texas boy, because we're going to see you disappear in about like less than 24 hours. You'll be hiding through the New Year's again. Come on, Kenny Cooper Rush. You got to be kidding me, dude. You got to be kidding me. I don't even know how Tampa Bay lost. I don't know what the hell Tampa Bay was thinking in that game. I don't know how they lost the game, but I think Tampa's overrated too, to be honest with you. Elaine says, happy holiday, guys. Are you all ready for tomorrow? I was watching the simulations game of the Eagles and Chiefs 2025 Super Bowl. It was great. We won 23-20. I'll take it. Super Bowl win over the Chiefs is my dream scenario. Yes. Yeah, penalties. No stupid dump. Yeah, I mean, listen, penalties, turnovers, all those things will keep the Cowboys in the game. You got to be much better with that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Is Trotter a bust? Hardly. No, Trotter is not a bust. When Trotter has played, he's done fairly well. The thing is, and it's not a bad thing, you've got literally two Pro Bowl linebackers playing right now. Zach Bond, arguably Defensive Player of the Year, and then you can't tell me that Nakobe Dean isn't a Pro Bowl linebacker either. You have two Pro Bowl linebackers.
So it feels so good to see that. It feels so good.
Doesn't it? Dude, I just hope they keep on though. Like, please keep on.
Bro, I'm getting nervous, dude. I'm getting really nervous. Like, there's not even an extension. There's not even like a rumor yet of like anything with him yet. Like, are they seriously gonna do this again? Like, are they going to say, well, we still have Dean and they think Trotter Jr. is going to be like, they can't do that, man. Like, as much as I want Trotter Jr. to play, you can't. I mean, best line. I mean, look what you produce. That's what they've been looking like. Even when Devin White came to Philly, Devin White knew like the Eagles need a linebacker. Eagles haven't had a good linebacker in a lot of years. Like, if you're gonna pay a running back $12 million a year, which was great, we were proud of Howie Roseman to do that. He has got to switch over to the other side and say, you know, he's got to pay a linebacker. You need to lock him up. And really your re-signs are your free agency. It's your free agency. Don't expect any big moves unless there's something that they're trying to do behind the scenes, maybe one big thing that they might do. But other than that, you're trying to re-sign. You're trying to lock up these guys for the future. Like, you're trying to.
I agree.
He's number one.
I think you got to sign him, dude.
Yes.
I do. Joel, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, what is it with these commie fans? They beat a backup by 3, haven't won a division since RG3. They just got a decent quarterback, and they think they've officially arrived. Well, that's what it is. They haven't beaten anybody in so long they haven't been relevant so long that they don't know how to be. They don't know how to handle winning. You know, they just don't.
When's the last time they had a 10-win season? When's the last time they won 10 games? 90.
I don't remember.
Somebody said it was 91. Is that true? No, that's not. It can't be true.
I want to say like 2000.
Yeah.
When I think they had
with RG3, right?
Yeah, I think it was with RG3. I think.
Yeah.
I think they had 10 wins that year.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he limped into the playoffs. They really screwed the pooch with that. I mean, he was hurt and they played him anyways, and then he got more hurt. It was brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Hold on, let's see something.
Where's the bits?
Oh, no, there was something I want to click on because I didn't know what it was talking about. Dennis says 500. It was nice to see you on a clip of Chiefaholic. What do you mean? What clip? Do you know what Chief? I don't know who that is.
He might be a user. I think he's a
another YouTuber. Tell me. I explain to me, Dennis. I don't know. I mean, that's cool, but I don't know. No, Eddie, thank you for super chat. He goes, no, Joey, No mention of a deal yet for a player like Bond to keep other teams away. Relax. Relax.
Bro, I can't. Because every week he's getting more expensive.
Would you franchise tag him?
Depending on what the starting price is at for linebackers. I don't know what the number is, but they got, I think, really him and Mekhi Becton have to be locked up. They both got to get locked up.
I just wonder if they look at Bond and I'm not saying it's right, but I just wonder if they look and go, well, we found Bond, we can find somebody else. I hope that's not the case. You know, I hope that's not the case. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, it would be malpractice if they let Bond walk. It would be dumb. It really would be dumb. You know, you get him, then you lock up Nakobe Dean, and you still have Trotter as a rookie, and you go with those three guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Ben Sermon's a pretty solid player that's getting better every year too. They were using him beginning of the year as a fullback, and as a backup linebacker, I think he's pretty good too. I mean, it's another guy that we have to look at as well. He'll still be here.
Yeah. Fly, he's in a federal prison now.
What?
What? Wait, what? I don't know what's going on. What are you guys talking about? I was on a clip of a guy in prison. Wait, I'm so confused, dude. We also need to get Blankenship deal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as worried that as Bourne. There's a Chief super fan who is robbing banks. It's on Prime Video. You were in like the first 5 minutes,
bro.
What?
Like how
what?
was Philly not contacted? How is he not contacted?
I'm on a Prime Video. Am I robbing banks with him? Am I a suspect in a bank robbery or something? Like, how am I in it? Wait, what? Okay, what's the name of this document? What is the name of the show? I gotta go watch this. I have no idea. I had never heard of this at all. This is the first time I've heard of this. Martin, thank you for super chat. You're on Prime Video, Philly. Congrats, man. What the hell am I doing on Prime? I have no idea. That's crazy. Wow. I'm in a documentary.
Hoping it's towards something positive.
Is this like? Are you guys? Am I getting like a gig here? Is this like Point Break second remake or something? Like, what is going on? Chief of Hawkeye, I never heard of this at all. Wow, thank you guys for telling me. I never heard of this at all. Interesting. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how I would be connected. Why would I be in it though? Chief fan robbed banks. Boy, I don't know. It's the first I've ever heard of this at all.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. What is this?
Chiefaholic is the name of the documentary. Okay. All right, I'll check it out. I have no idea why I would be in it, but all right. Well, they used me, and I'm on Prime. Cool. Awesome. I'll take it. Prime owes you $500, right? I know. I want like free shipping for free for the rest of my life. Overnight shipping for the rest of my life. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about it, so this is literally the first time I've heard this at all. Did this just come out, or is this a while ago? You ever hear that? You never heard of this?
Yo, I've never heard this. I'm watching the trailer. I have never. This is fucking real. Like, I've never heard of this shit.
That's funny.
You stole like $1 million or something.
Do you want to go watch a documentary with your daddy in it for like 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is? Nah, that's funny. I'll have to check it out. I don't know. People are saying I'm in it. I guess. Bro, 500 made a Prime Video. That's gangster. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was on NFL Network, but I never, I was on NFL Films, but I don't know anything about this. So, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. It came out recent. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know, guys. Berger says, Mark says you're running. I know. Dude, it was Christmas, literally. I texted the guy Christmas Day. Hey, Merry Christmas, Mark. He's like, oh, people want us to do something for the game. I'm like, all right, we'll do something. We can do something on Sunday. You know, we'll figure it out. The next thing I know, he's complaining about me. I just was spending Christmas with my family. That's all. Martin, thank you for the super chat. He goes, isn't that illegal? They didn't even contact you 500. I don't know. I get so confused anymore about what's legal, what's not legal. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know why I would even be in it, but maybe it's just, I don't know. We'll see. I'll watch it and see. Let's see. John says, a lot of roster moves made today, fellas. How y'all doing tonight? We're doing good, my man. We're doing good. Yeah, CJ got fined. What else is new? You know, I don't care. I think you need CJ Gardner-Johnsons on your team, man. I think you need guys like that. Guys like Jalen Carter. I just do. I think you need that swagger. So, you know, we'll just deal with it and move on, man. That's kind of how I feel about it. But anyways, man, we're an hour 15 minutes in. Is there anything else, man, you want to talk about before we talk about Prime videos and stuff?
Yeah, I think we're good. No, I'm excited for tomorrow. I mean, I want to fucking just clinch this shit and be done. Like, I want to get this over with tomorrow, and then be, you know, and then feel really good going to that last week, seeing what they're gonna do and who they're gonna rest, and kind of go through this whole thing. So we need in Kelly Green's tomorrow. We gotta look real good tomorrow. I'm hoping they look good.
Yes,
offensively. So
absolutely, man, absolutely. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I hope everybody has a great night, a wonderful night. We'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll be doing a doubleheader. I'll be doing the Eagles game at 1, and then the other game at 4, and then we can do a post game like right after that. That doubleheader. So that'll be like around 7 or 8, I guess.
Oh, you're doing the second game, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the Minnesota Green Bay game.
All right,
yeah, I'm gonna do that game right after.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the Monday night game with Detroit. If Green Bay wins, I'll do the Monday night game with Detroit. But that Minnesota Green Bay game has big implications for the Eagles, so I'm gonna do it. But all right, guys. Well, with that said, I guess we're gonna get out of here. I hope each and every one of you guys have a great night, and of course, we will see you guys tomorrow. So with that said, peace out.
Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.